Alright, you guys, got some news today for you guys. Big change is coming to the channel. As you can see, got the stock seat back on the bike. I'm not going very far today, but I'll get into the reason for that as we get into the video. And actually, some of this video is not going to be on the GoPro. Let's see here. I also have about 30 pounds in camera gear hanging off my back that hopefully does not fall off or scratch my bike or anything. So we'll see how this goes, because I'm just gonna get to it right here in the beginning of the video, folks. The Rebel is going to be leaving, more than likely. Have a guy that is interested in the Rebel right now. Still waiting to, not for sure, but still waiting on more info from him. See what's going to happen. He gave me a pretty good offer. He's taking it with the stock seat, which is why the stock seat's back on, and the Shorty GP exhaust. So I'm going to be selling the Mustang seat and the TBR exhaust separate. Honestly, I want to say, getting back on the bike, that I actually think I like the sick ass Camaro, but I want to say that I actually like the stock seat better almost. You just fit better on the bike. The Mustang kind of bunches you up, feels like granted, I didn't really put a ton of miles on the seat, so it might not be fully broken in, but the stock seat just feels better. It just feels better. Like, maybe long term, or long distance, you'd be better off on the Mustang. But this kind of riding, the seating position is better on the stock seat. But yeah, so I'm selling the bike, and I wanted to take some good pictures, and I wanted to take a good exhaust video of the TBR exhaust, and hopefully also get a comparison, or just do a separate video on the Shorty GP exhaust. It is cold out today. My fingers are freezing. But I'm trying out a new spot that I haven't been to, so I guess we'll see how this goes. I have a spot for doing exhaust videos, but it is not near my house, so that was not going to work on a day like today where it is not too warm. I really hope my tripod does not fall off my backpack. That would upset me. So far it's holding on there pretty good, so. And we don't have too far to go. But this is a bumpy ride. Just gonna slow it down here because my fingers and everything are freezing, so. Woohoo! Big bump drop on that reservoir bridge. So anyways, like I said, bike might be getting sold, and I have something exciting lined up for the channel for my next bike. So it's either going to be a brand new MT-07 or it will be like a 2018 MT-09 that I'm getting off of a buddy of mine. I prefer that it's going to be the MT-09. Just because I like, well, the MT-07 sounds awesome, and it would be cool to have a newer one. I think the MT-09 still sounds awesome, and obviously it makes more power, so that's cool. But if being that bike's older, I'm buying it off a friend of mine, I'll be able to stay in the same loan, same payment, and everything that I have on this bike. So that is the reason why I would prefer. Is this a dirt road or is this a paved road? Oh. Can't go back there. But yeah. So I would prefer to get the MT-09 because of the payment isn't going to change. I know I'll still enjoy an MT-07, so we'll just have to see how stuff turns out. What in the world? Well, those are both of my spots that I was going to try, so I don't know what to do now. See what this road turns into. We could possibly do it here. It's a pretty empty stretch of road, no houses or anything. Looks like there's a nice flat spot off the side here too. Let's try it right here. I will be sad if freaking Bigfoot comes out of the woods and steals my camera, but see what happens. Hopefully nothing bad. I'm nervous about my camera gear, but it's not really much out here, so I think we will be alright. But I am going to be leaving my camera gear, all of it, except for my GoPro, on the side of the road. So, yeah. I am going to stop the video here, guys, and get all my camera stuff set up, and be right back. Alright guys, so as you can see, all finished up with the pictures. Nothing bad happened. It was sad, for some reason I took my camera mount off for the bipod, so I couldn't use the bipod, but I made that tree work with my backpack sitting on top of it. So thank goodness didn't mess that entirely up. I think the pictures should come, I took pictures too, I think those should come out great, and the video. So I'm glad I got that done. Nothing bad happened. You know, this seat really looks nice too. Anyways, let's get this bike back home and in the garage and me warmed up and some dinner. So overall, not too bad. As long as hopefully I didn't lose anything back there. I wish the other two spots wouldn't have been blocked off, but oh well. You know guys, though, I'm super excited to get on another bike and start shooting videos on that. I know the Rebel's a newer bike, and especially with this update, I think a lot of people really like it. I think a lot of people are gonna fall. I think some people will end up loving the bike the way it is. It's probably smaller sized people, beginners, they will love the bike, ride it for a while. If you have any experience on a motorized, like on a motorcycle, please, like even the 1100, I think you'll be happier on the 1100. But just test ride some other bikes. And don't get me wrong, this isn't a horrible bike. I still have fun on it, and you probably will too. If this is your budget, go for it. But don't forget, the MT-09, I'm buying it for the same, about the same as what I'm gonna be selling this for. It's not a brand new bike, but it's one heck of a fun bike. And you could get an MT-07 for a similar price as this. Especially if you're buying the SE. If you're buying a base 500, no ABS, it's gonna be hard to beat that price. If you're buying an SE, you're basically just doing it for the looks, which is what I did. And don't get me wrong, it does look cool and they run pretty good, so you can't complain too much for the price when you're talking new bikes. If you are stuck on new bike, it's pretty good, but I'd still strongly consider an MT-07 or an XSR 700. As far as cruisers, I don't really know that you have that many options. Harley's going to be out of the price range. Bolt is slow. I bet this bike could keep up with a Bolt, because the Bolt's heavy and doesn't like to rev. This bike can rev. So I honestly like this bike better than the Bolt, because I always wanted a Bolt when they're the same thing as the Street. I always wanted one when they showed them. Then they came out and they were disappointing. Like the specs are just unimpressive out of the Bolt, and the Streets, they're not good. So Yamaha's not perfect. Neither is, like, none of the brands are perfect. They're all going to have their weaknesses. But you just gotta find what you like. I mean, if you're just wanting style and don't care how heavy the bike is, that kind of stuff, which this bike has good points as far as weight. When you're talking weight, this is a nice and light bike. The bolt, it's heavy, it's underpowered for the heft that it's carrying around. And I think it might even be less comfortable than this bike. Other than you got those forward foot controls if that's your thing, but you can always get those for this bike. But yeah, so hopefully you guys will enjoy the switch in the channel, and it will still make content for you guys that you like to watch. I'm gonna miss making videos on the Rebel, but hopefully we'll find something for the Yamaha that you guys like. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy.